Good evening, everyone. A new day, a new session. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And before starting our today's conversation, I would like to tell you about my yesterday's conversation, which was very important to tell you, which was really good. That's why I would like to share with you. This was something which you should know about it, because all learners have this kind of problem that they don't have anyone to talk with whom they can talk. And this was I had the problem, but now I don't have any kind of problem. Like we learners don't have environment like with whom we can talk, but now I can say I have not now. I'm very experienced in this matter. There are many applications there you can practice English with your co-partner without pay a single penny there. And I'm also doing this. I'm telling you about yesterday's conversation because it was beautiful conversation with someone. And when we learners talk something like that with a person, we that conversation made us make us happy. Why? Because when we don't spend a single penny on those applications, so there we always get that kind of person who is spoil your mood. But about yesterday, it was great session. Actually, I'm from Uttarakhand, as I think I have already mentioned many times. And yes, it is very difficult on that application where I talk to people that I never I not never I really get a person who are from my native place. So yesterday I got a person. He was from Kashipur, and he was actually a teacher. That was something which which made me excited. Why? Because I asked him many questions, as I can't share my conversation here whatsoever I talk there, because there is some problem on that application that you can't share your conversation on any other platform. But I'm searching for something that I can share my conversations here. Till then, I am here. I'm telling you about what happened yesterday actually. So I asked him about what he does, or about his lifestyle. So he informed me that he had also completed his education, his 12th and his graduation, post graduation from Hindi medium school. So I felt same because I have also completed my all the things from Hindi background. So and he was speaking smoothly. There was no grammatical error. He was using well vocabulary, well sentence framing. So I just firstly I didn't get that he is someone who has completed his education from Hindi medium school. So at last I asked, have you completed your school and your college from Hindi background? Because I'm now very experienced in this matter, because all English teachers speak so good. Because except except your grammar, your vocab, your tenses, your sentence framing, there is a piece in English language how how you go up, how you go down when you speak English. So it is also make your speaking effective. So he was speaking just a normal, but like all the things were good except the pace. So I just got the idea that he has not a I can say he has not a lot experience, or maybe he has not the English background, but he is speaking so smoothly. So we had a conversation yesterday. It was really good, and I asked about the tips, I also want to speak like him without making any kind of mistake. And he is a PRT teacher in a CBSE school, which is a great achievement of a Hindi medium like student. Like if he is teaching in a English medium school as a English teacher. So I asked a few questions, and he answered me in a well mannered. And when I asked about, like, give me some tips about how I can be fluent in English language, so what he said, like, only there is one thing, that is consistency. And uh, without consistency you can't do anything. And I also believe that without consistency I can't do anything. And these days I'm like, what can I say, I'm skipping my days with the session of AI, with talking on applications. I'm skipping days but I have just targeted that to be fluent in English language. So I'm going to mention that app where you can talk to people there. I'm not going to personal, very personal. That is free for talk, where I talk to people, and you should check that website, that application on Chrome, and later you can download. Because actually, no, there, why I'm preferring this application, because there, you will not get always Indians there. There you will get some Bangladeshi, some Pakistani, mainly from Egypt, Morocco. There are many countries people you will get there. And if we talk on, like, there is hello, I think, or there is um, there are few applications I have already mentioned. Still, I'm forgetting all the names. Fluency. There are many applications. So there you always get only Indians, and sometimes it is not good that let's enjoy. Na? Why we always go to talk with the Indians? We have already able to understand Indian accent. Now go for a different. Let's enjoy this language. So I enjoy when I talk to different kind of people. Once I remember, I talk a person who was from Egypt, and the accent was totally different. I enjoyed that conversation a lot, and my confidence. He boosted my confidence because I was able to speak with him. So I told myself that day that I can do anything if I am talking with him. And once I remember, I talked the person who was from England. Now you can understand, it was quite difficult to understand him because of he belongs to England. But he informed me that he born in India, but after 3 years he moved abroad. For his family moved there, so that's why he can say like he is a England person. But those all conversation were good. You guys, if you try this application, you will get a great experience. You will learn something, and there mostly you will get those person who are curious to learn English. They will definitely not spoil your mood. That's why I am recommending this application. Go and just check it, and later inform me about what's your experience there, and I would like to know about your experience. Now, without wasting time, let's get started. What is for today's session I have saved. So for today's session I have, I can say I have learned few words with their synonyms, and I'm happy because before recording this session with AI, I'm using those words in my conversation. Not if I'm not mentioning those words in my conversation, I am able to use while writing, and it is a great achievement. At least if you are able to use those words in your writing section, sooner or later you will able to speak, you will able to use those all words in your conversation. So let's get started. Okay, here is my chat GPT. Let's get started. Hey, good evening.
Good evening. How can I help you today?
Actually, I am an English learner. I came here to practice with you. I have learned few words with their synonyms. So firstly, I would like to tell you five words, and you will have to ask me one by one, and I will tell you two or one or maybe two synonyms with their sentences.
That sounds like a great plan. I'd be happy to help you practice. Please tell me the first word you'd like to start with.
Okay, of course, it's a good plan because it enhances your vocabulary. I'm going to tell you 5 words, okay? So the word number 1 is continually, okay? Number 2 is individual. Number 3 is intersection. Number 4 is decline. And number 5 is tendency.
Got it. Let's start with the first word, continually.
Okay.
Can you tell me a synonym or two for continually?
Of course,
use them in sentences.
Of course, I can tell you the synonym of continually. The synonym of continually is repeatedly, and the sentence is they really pissed me off as they were continually messaging me on my WhatsApp as I can endure the sound of WhatsApp notification.
That's a good use of the synonym repeatedly in a sentence. It clearly conveys the idea of something happening over and over. Now let's move on to the second word, individual. Can you share a synonym and use it in a sentence?
Okay, I'm going to share the synonym of individual. The synonym of individual is separate or maybe single, and the sentence is every child wants what can I say, individual attention of the teacher in the classroom.
You did a great job with that. Using separate or single as synonyms for individual fits well, especially in the context of your sentence about children wanting individual attention from their teacher. It shows they each want their own unique attention. Now, how about the word intersection? Can you think of a synonym and use it in a sentence?
Yes, intersection means crisscrossing, okay, and the sentence is they allow me to go towards the intersection.
You've chosen an interesting way to describe intersection with crisscrossing. Your sentence captures the essence of what an intersection is, a place where paths cross. Now let's tackle the word decline. What synonym can you use for it? And please share a sentence using that synonym.
Okay, so the synonym of decline is decrease and reject. Okay, so I'm going to share you a sentence with decline. As I got a lot of work, that's why I have to decline for today's party. And another one sentence can be the stock prices declined, because these are two different meaning of decline. One is decrease and another one is reject. So I mentioned both.
You've done a fantastic job illustrating the two different meanings of decline with your sentences. Using decline to mean both reject and decrease shows you understand the versatility of the word. Finally, let's look at tendency. Can you come up with a synonym and use it in a sentence?
Yes, actually, the synonym of tendency is habit, and the sentence can be I am one of those writer who has the tendency to overwrite.
That's a great synonym and sentence. Using habit to convey tendency fits perfectly, especially in the context of writing habits. It shows an inclination or a usual way of doing things. You've done an excellent job with these words and their synonyms. Is there another word or topic you'd like to explore or practice with?
Yes, I have 5 more words with that, and I would like to tell you those words, and later I will discuss the synonym and the sentences.
Sure, I'd be happy to continue practicing with you. Please tell me the next 5 words you'd like to work on.
Okay, so word number 6 is underestimate. Number 7 is acquire. Number 8 is immediate. Number 9 is seldom. And 10 is apparently.
Alright, let's start with underestimate. Can you share a synonym for it and use that in a sentence?
Okay, so the synonym of underestimate is judge incorrectly, and the sentence can be today's generation kids underestimate the power of education, and another one sentence can be they always underestimated my talent.
Your examples are good, but it seems there's a bit of confusion with the synonym. For underestimate, synonyms are more like undervalue or underappreciate. So using undervalue, a sentence could be, they always undervalue my talent, which is similar to your second sentence and fits perfectly. Now how about acquire? What synonym can you use for that? And could you give a sentence?
Yeah, sure. The synonym of acquire can be get and obtain, and the sentence can be this year I acquired 3 new students in my class.
That's right. Get and obtain are excellent synonyms for acquire, and your sentence perfectly illustrates how to use acquire in context. Moving on to immediate. What synonym do you have for this word, and can you use it in a sentence?
Okay, so immediate, the synonym of immediate can be instant, and the sentence can be my English learning journey needs immediate strategy to be fluent in English language.
Instant is a great synonym for immediate, and your sentence effectively conveys the urgency of needing a strategy for English fluency. Nicely done. Now let's talk about seldom. What synonym can you use for seldom? And please share a sentence using that synonym.
Seldom, the synonyms of seldom can be rarely. I seldom meet my friends these days. This is the sentence of the seldom.
Rarely is the perfect synonym for seldom, and your sentence nicely demonstrates how to use it to indicate infrequency. You're doing great with these synonyms. Lastly, we have apparently. Can you think of a synonym for apparently and use it in a sentence?
Yes, the synonym can be obviously, and the sentence can be apparently I can be like natives as I don't live in an English background.
Using obviously as a synonym for apparently works well, and your sentence captures the essence of something being clear or evident, even without an English background. You've shown a great understanding of these words and their synonyms. If you want to practice more or explore other words, feel free to share.
Yes, of course. I would like to talk about 2 words which I have discussed with you before, and that word is intersection, and another one is tendency. Actually, the intersection means crisscrossing, which is little bit difficult to me. Intersection means basically in Hindi that is chauraha, and the tendency, as I told you, that aim and likelihood, something like that. But can you tell me another one synonym of tendency?
Certainly. Another synonym for tendency is inclination. It refers to a natural propensity or disposition to behave in a certain way. For example, you could say, he has an inclination to procrastinate, meaning he tends to delay or put off tasks. As for intersection, understanding it as karaha in Hindi, which refers to a crossroad or a point where two or more paths cross, is correct. A simpler way to think about intersection might be as a crossing or junction. I hope these explanations help clarify these words for you.
Okay.
Would you like to go over anything else?
Yes. Can you tell me? Can capability or ability can be the synonym of tendency?
Capability and ability are slightly different from tendency. Capability and ability refer to the capacity or skill to do something. For example, being able to speak a language fluently or lift a certain amount of weight. Tendency, on the other hand, is more about a natural or habitual inclination towards a certain behavior or action. It's not so much about the skill to do something, but rather the likelihood or predisposition to act in a certain way. So, while capability and ability relate to skills and capacities, tendency is more about patterns of behavior or inclination. Would you like to discuss this further or explore more words?
Oh, it's okay. You told me a lot, and which I got all the point. Thank you for that.
I'm glad to hear that you found the information helpful. If you ever have more questions or need further clarification, feel free to reach out. Enjoy your language learning journey.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. If you ever need assistance or want to chat again, I'm here to help. Have a great day.
Have a great day too.
Thank you. I hope you have a fantastic day too.
It was a great session, I think, as you have already watched, and there was no problem with ChatGPT, as it was like these days. It is always showing me that there is some heavy load, there is some service problem. Basically, it was great session. Yesterday, it was great session with that guy, and again, the session was great because I'm familiar with this sentence, with these words and the sentences, because I practiced a lot. You guys also can do same. Just take some few words, whichever book you are reading these days. Take only 10 words, take only 5 words. At the beginning I was taking only 5 or 3 words. Now I'm able to manage 10 words, but I don't take daily 10 words. I take only in 3 days and 4 days. When I get familiar with those words, then I take another 10 words. I have completed this session with these words, but I have already wrote 15 words, 10 for one session and another for another session. As I am practicing for another 10 words, and I completed this session in the previous previous, I can say, words. So basically, I would like to tell you that first be familiar with these words, then go for the next, because this is something which is a most difficult task in English journey. And I can say now I'm enhancing my vocabulary. This was the something when I used to use clapping, or there I used to ask to the tutors that. I have a problem, that is vocabulary. Actually, that I am totally unable to use new words in my conversation, and they many times most of the tutors um, told me that take few words and write the synonym, write the antonyms, or write 2 and 3 sentences, which was actually effective way to enhance your vocabulary. But at the beginning of the English journey, you can't do, because it is a difficult task. But now I am very familiar of this language. I'm habitual of new words, and to find their meaning, and how can I learn those words. So that's why I'm taking 10 words. You can do also the same, and be fluent in English language, achieve your goal. And if you learn something, so just like, share, and subscribe. Till then, goodbye.